To this now, the 22-year-old woman accused of abducting two premature babies at Dora Nginza Hospital in Gqeberha last month has been granted 500 rand bail by the New Brighton Magistrate's Court in the Eastern Cape. Sinovuyo Rabula is facing 2 counts of kidnapping. The 2 premature infants were abducted from the nursery and were later found allegedly with Rabula.
Well, a very good afternoon. We are broadcasting from the New Brighton Magistrate Court, where Judge Nobumba has given Sinovuyo Rabula, who is facing 2 charges of kidnapping, granted her bail of 500 rand. During court proceedings and the heads of arguments we heard in court today, the state's Nicole December stated various reasons why the state felt that Rabula should not be granted bail. Number one, she stated that Rabula is not employed, has no income, has no assets, and therefore has nothing to lose should she still remain in prison or still remain in custody. Then Nicole December further went to state that it's in the interest of the community where Rabula comes from and also surrounding Gqeberha that the court shows the community the seriousness of kidnapping, especially of infants, in a place such as a hospital where they should be kept safe. And by virtue of that, the judge should not grant Rabula any bail to show those outside of court that the court does take the issue of kidnapping very seriously. She also went to further state there's been a huge public outcry against Sinovuyo's release so far as communities saying that they will go back and burn the house where her boyfriend stays should she be given bail. And then in response, the defense's advocate Gqeberha came forward and stated that it's actually incorrect for the state to say by virtue of someone being poor, disadvantaged, they should not be granted bail, saying that does not hold water. He also further went to state that the issue of Rabula's public outcry, should she be granted bail, also doesn't hold no water because there's been no valid proof whether outside or inside court of people holding protest card saying that she mustn't be granted bail of any such sort of public outcry. He further went to state that in Rabula's affidavit she did state that she has no previous convictions, she has no passport, she has no income, therefore cannot evade trial and will not at all try to evade coming into court. He further went to state that she has stately correctly that she would adhere to any bail conditions that she's given. She will make sure that she has no contact with her boyfriend, who has now turned state witness, and will not in any way try and infringe on the rights that she's given through the bail should she be granted that. And then when the judge gave his final verdict, he stated that he didn't think that it held water, the fact that she has no assets, is unemployed, has no income, and said that he felt that it was incorrect for the state to say by virtue of not having any assets, one should not be granted bail. He also further went to state that should the community be upset about Rabula getting bail, it's not the right thing for them to go burn a boyfriend's house because 2 wrongs don't make a right, and if anything, they'll be committing a criminal act. He further went to state that Rabula has stated in her statement, and they have proved in court, that she has no previous convictions, that she has no trial pending against her name, and therefore as not someone that has already committed crime or can still commit crime because this is actually her first crime. He further went to state that she has also depicted while she's in custody that she has no communication with her boyfriend and can therefore never at all interfere with state witnesses. He further went to state that he feels that although yes, he does agree with the state that this is a serious offense, but he also does believe that the defense has done a good job in showing that, number one, Rabula has got no previous convictions, she has no pending convictions, she has no attempt to try evade trial, she has no reason to try evade trial. If anything, she has proved, or the legal representatives of Rabula have proved, that should she be given bail, she would adhere to all bail conditions and ensure that eventually she does also come to trial. And then in his closing arguments, the judge Nomula also stated that he also is aware that the case of Rabula and alleged kidnapping trial that she's going to face, all matters will be ironed out there, saying that bail is a path that any person who's accused must go through. And he does feel that all other matters concerning the intricacies of a case will be discussed when the case does sit on the 21st of August. But for now, he does feel that the legal legal representatives, the defense, has proved that she does deserve bail. And by virtue of that, she was granted bail of 500 rand. She was also asked not to have any communication with her boyfriend or anyone that has turned state witness, and also to ensure that she reports to court on the days that have been stipulated to her. The matter now has been remanded until 21st of August, when the trial will begin again. But for now, let's go back to the studio.